force tonight, Derek Favors.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you all the action. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. It's Western Conference NBA action. The Portland Trail Blazers here at home. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Hill pairs up with Hood in the backcourt. Hayward and Favors holding down those forward spots. And it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. Count it. And Steve, for both these teams, a lot of young talent, a lot of youthful exuberance out there.
Yeah, the future is bright. When you have guys that play the right way at a young age, it's exciting to see where they will be 2 or 3 years down the line.
Best is yet to come. So the Portland Trail Blazers able to put the first points up on the board. Gobert, the screen. Hood. Offensive rebound. Hill kicks to Favors. It's back to Hill. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul. Here's Hill. He dishes it to Hood. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there. Hill passes to Hood. Plumlee with the rebound.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
They set the pick. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Back to Lillard. To the inside. Plumlee against Gobert. Plumlee, no luck.
Wow, how do you miss it from that close? That wide open, painful.
And a wide open look for Hood. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Hood's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Utah's on defense. Lillard dishes to Turner. Aminu, the pass to McCollum. And Aminu kicks to Lillard. Kicks it out to McCollum. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Lillard against Hill. Outside Favors. It's back to Hill. That shot misses. Nice D from Lillard. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Nice form on the 20-footer. Lillard's got his first basket.
It's impossible to stop him. You can only hope to contain him.
Hill dishes to Hayward. The 11-footer, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
Sounds good.
And the focus of Favors, calmly taking the hit and finishing the basket off.
Utah shooting their first foul shot of the game.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
Now here's Lillard. Puts one up from 19, and it's good for 2. Lillard's got his second basket.
You can just see the passion and love with which he plays the game. You see how he prepares, the work ethic, the way he interacts with his teammates. And when he hits the floor, it's all about the game.
Portland trailing here. And the Blazers last season losing 4 of their 5 starters to trades or free agency. You might have expected them, Greg, to drop in the depths of the standings, but they stayed remarkably competitive.
And credit goes to everybody. The players rose to the challenge and showed a hunger to prove themselves. The front office went out and acquired young pieces that fit. And Coach Stotts put them in a position to be successful.
Plumlee with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Plumlee's got it. Rebounded by the Jazz. The shot by Hayward, wide open. Offensive rebound. Out to Hood for the three. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. Now, here's Lillard. The 15-footer. Gobert with the block.
You really have to be careful with Gobert lurking around. He'll send it back.
The pass to Hood. Hayward on the wing. The feed to Gobert. Here's Favors. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Favors has got 5 now.
That's just an awesome assist. Really paced the ball in the ideal spot.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Excellent D there from Hill. Jazz leading by 4. Hayward on the wing. And it's Hayward again missing.
Really bad mental lapse by the defense, yet he did not make them pay, surprisingly.
And Turner kicks to Plumlee. Kicks it out to Lillard. Three-pointer. Lillard again missing. Jazz have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Pass to Hill. Feeds it to Hayward. Outside Favors. The Jazz working the ball around now. Shot clock at 6. Hayward from outside. Again, the miss by Hayward.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Lillard attacking, and there it is for him. 6 points for him.
Obviously, the defense was not in sync out there, and they took advantage of it.
Lillard comes with the double team. Here's Favors. Soft touch off the glass.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 6. He feeds it to Aminu. Just his first attempt, and it's good off the glass.
Beautiful pass that helped set up his teammate perfectly.
Utah has gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Drills the three-pointer.
The precise passing ability of Hayward, really a luxury for this team.
And Lillard kicks to Turner. It's stolen by Hill. Plays it in off the breakaway. Hill's got 5 now. Lillard against Hill. Here is Lillard. Plumlee with it. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And so the first. And now a chance to hear from point guard.
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you feel. I kind of just embraced it, for my entire life. Just, you wouldn't know if something was going on.
I would say we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of business.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
Anytime they get a whiff of a fast break opportunity, they are sprinting ahead of everyone on the opposition.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. Exum and Burks, their backcourt. Miles out there with Johnson. And it's Diaw in at the 5 down low. Now here's McCollum. Mazzilli inside. He's guarded by Diaw. And with that, the Jazz lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket for Mazzilli. Utah has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown.
Festus Zeeley's one of those guys. He won't put up huge numbers in his stat sheet, but he's a great center with a strong defensive presence, and his offensive game is coming around.
Diaw, the screen. Lyles kicks to Burks. Passes it to Lyles. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Lyles got the lead. Back up to 10 now for Utah. And with the Zeeley, perhaps why he isn't more widely known is his injury history. It is significant. He's missed Steve a lot of time.
It has. I mean, you love when he's on the floor, does a lot of positive things. For him, it's just to get a little bit of luck And what I mean by that, healthy luck to stay on the floor.
Here's Exum. Trailblazers knocking down the tray. Burks on the wing. Johnson inside. Vonleh on him. Good on the bucket. Burks has got his first 2 points.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Grab the pass to McCollum. And there's the foul. It's on Trey Lyles. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Davis is checked in. Here's Ezeli. Pass to Vonleh. McCollum outside. Ezeli a screen. And the foul on Alec Burks. That's his first foul. Here's McCollum. Kicks it to Vonleh. Crab in the corner. Off target from three-point range.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, the Utah Jazz is one of the up-and-coming teams in the West, and it was a system-wide commitment to young players. The younger teams tend to struggle, but head coach Quinn Snyder said he's committed to letting his players learn through their mistakes. He said it may be painful at times, but that's how we get better. In a lot of things, the only way to learn is through experience. Guys.
They're catching on quickly, thanks, D.A. Here's Johnson after Ed Davis's score. Can't hit from 12. McCollum with the ball. Now defended by Exum. McCollum dishes to Crab. Vonleh kicks to Davis. Here's Ezeli.
Yeah, fouling Ezeli inside, typically a good strategy given his inconsistency at the line.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Boris Diaw. So he can't get either to fall. And right now we're seeing the rise of great passing in the NBA, so valuable offensively, obviously. Is that a natural talent of players, or is it a mentality? Is it a learned aspect of the game? How would you classify it?
All of the above, Kevin. There are some guys that make the right pass, but they see the open guy they hit him. Then there's some guys that can see 2 plays ahead and see the play developing. And then there are some guys that got to learn how to become passers. You know, you have a lot of, as long as you pass it, it's pretty good. But then there's some guys that just gift it.
Who are some of the guys that you mentioned who can see a play or two ahead? Who are some of those guys that have that kind of feel for the game?
Like Chris Paul. I mean, he sees the floor so well and see the play developing before it happens. LeBron James is another guy like that. Rondo is one of the best, I think, in the business. A lot of guys being able to see the floor. Ricky Rubio can see the floor pretty well. So a lot of guys, I think, can really pinpoint passes and see the play develop.
And there's Joe Johnson on the assist by Burks. Burks has got 3 assists now in this one. And Lillard kicks to Crab. Back to Lillard. Dishes to Crab. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3. Utah leading by 6. To the middle. And the basket by Ingles.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Lillard, the pass to Davis. Crab dishes to Lillard. A three-pointer is right on target. Lillard's got 9.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Puts up a 3. Ingles can't get it to go. Portland's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Ezeli a screen. Three-pointer, Lillard. Joe Johnson pulls it in. For Utah, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. There's the dish to Ingles. Here's the 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Davis has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Oh, no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, so tough to see when a player goes down with an injury like that.
Yeah, this one looks like it could be really bad. Hopefully we can get an update on this one pretty soon.
A different look now for Portland. Myers Leonard comes in for Ezeli, and it's Aminu in for Damian Lillard. Trailblazers trail by 5. Outside Turner. Davis against Gobert. Gobert with the block. Here's Ingles. To the inside. Out to Favors. Nice ball movement by Utah. Inside. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And Turner kicks to Davis. That ball. Nice speed that time from Turner. Davis has got 5 points now in the quarter.
He delivered that pass right on the spot to his teammate who was on the move.
Favors can't get it to go. Trailblazers have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Turner against Hill. And Turner kicks to Davis. Now Hill. He's got 5. Here's Ingles. And he banks in the layup. Ingles has got his second basket of the game.
Nice dime to the open man. George Hill, more of a combo guard, making things happen right there.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by Coach.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, friends and neighbors. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on. Utah finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They've got the 7-point lead. All right, Big Diesel, your take.
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. We've seen Derek Favors really having a great game.
And how about his scoring in that first half? He just looked like a different player today, really on point.
I thought the difference was he was more aggressive.
And the Jazz 3 seasons ago were the worst defensive team in the NBA. Last season, they were top 7. I mean, an unbelievable turnaround. But how have they engineered this dramatic defensive turnaround?
Well, give Coach Quinn Snyder a lot of credit, but also understand Rudy Gobert at the defensive end. He makes up a lot of their mistakes. It's becoming their identity.
Allen Crabbe out there with C.J. McCollum. Then there's Al-Farouq Aminu. Then it's Evan Turner. And it's Plumlee in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half. Here's Hill following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Hill kicks to Favors. Puts it up from 12. Aminu grabs the miss.
I like that shot for him, though. Very little defensive pressure. He typically rises up and buries that.
Plumlee with a screen on Hood. Off the screen. Rebound, Utah.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Those types of shots are low quality. You're not going to win too many friends on that one.
Moment here now for an injury report. And let's get an update on Damian Lillard's injury. David, any news there?
Hey, Kevin, I spoke with the head athletic trainer for the Trailblazers. He told me that in his opinion, the injury does not appear to be too serious. Coming back tonight is not an option for him, and they are hoping he won't have to miss too much time. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thanks for the great update. We appreciate it, and we really hope for the best as always.
And he's a tough guy. My guess is he'll be back before we know it and better than ever.
And I'm sure his teammates want to see him come back very, very soon.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
The Jazz have shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
And George Hill, really, for me, an interesting case study, if you will. Always an unselfish player, always been careful in terms of shot selection and smart on the floor. But with Paul George missing time 2 seasons ago, Hill really stepped up his role and didn't miss a beat. I think he can do even more offensively. He's one of those guys that I think doesn't really realize just how good he is. Maybe he does this season.
And here is Hill. Now Farouk Amino just getting that 3 to go from deep. Diop, and it's sent back by Plumlee. Tries again. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Aminu dishes to Turner. Now the feed to McCollum. And another 3 for Portland. And for Hill, even as his shots per game have increased, his percentages have only gotten better. Last season, Greg, a career high in 3-point percentage.
Yeah, and that spread out offense really has helped. A lot of open looks for everybody. You've got to give him credit, though. He fit in well for this team.
Just 5 to shoot. Stolen by McCollum. Outside Turner for the tie. Doesn't go for him. Excellent D there from Hill. Jazz leading by 3. And Diao kicks to Burks. Here's Favors. An easy 2 points on the layup. Favors has got 4 points in the quarter.
Taking good shots overall, hitting a high percentage of them. That's what has this team rolling.
Here's Vonleh. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
He has a nose for the glass and a sixth sense in terms of how to read the angles.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Plumlee. The Jazz also changing it up. Johnson comes in for Derek Favors. And it's Exum in for George Hill. It's good. Diao's got his first points of the game.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Turner kicks to Vonleh. Back to Turner. There's the pick. Just 5 on the clock. Cullen passes to Vonleh. Here's Turner. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Now, here's Exum. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Johnson, good.
Exum's teammates like the fact that he always has his eyes open to get them the ball in a nice position. That's what good point guards do.
And here's McCollum after the 3-pointer from Joe Johnson. Now the pass to Vonleh. Lets it go from 11. No good. So Utah will take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. And, you know, Steve, you ask around the league, when it comes to home court advantage, the Jazz have one of the best in the NBA.
A very passionate crowd, very loud and dedicated. And, of course, the altitude plays a factor, too. Second highest in the league after Denver. And for visiting teams, you get winded much quicker.
Davis is checked in for Portland. And Utah with a change here, too. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Gordon Hayward. Feeds it to Aminu. Leonard dishes to Turner. Turner can't get that one to fall. Jazz leading by 7. Johnson, a wide open look, buries it from 3-point range. Johnson's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Jazz. McCollum up top. Burks covering. McCollum against Burks. And Davis with the basket on the assist by McCollum. Davis has got 7.
And not being as aggressive from the 3-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Here's Ingles. He's covered by Aminu. And Diao kicks to Ingles. He dishes it to Burks. Here's Diao. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Alan Crabb, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Utah also making some changes. Rudy Gobert comes in for Joe Johnson. And Hood subbed in for Alec Burks. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the basket by McCollum.
There was no defense present there whatsoever. Anyone could have made that wide open shot.
Jazz leading by 8. Exum kicks to Diaw. Pass to Ingles. And it's Exum in the corner. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. They swipe it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hood. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. A tall wing pair with Hood at the 2 and Hayward at the small forward. Lyles out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Hill in at the point guard position. Passes to Lyles. Nice ball movement by Utah. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And for the Blazers, offensively, you've got Lillard and McCollum spacing the floor. You put them on opposite sides, and when you swing the ball, either can carve up the defensive rotation.
George Hill, he's one of the more versatile guards we have in the game. He can defend 1s or 2s, one of those players who can fit in on any team in the league.
A shot by Ezeli, wide open. Again, the Trailblazers score.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
And both Lillard and McCollum, able shot creators. They put a lot of pressure on you.
And both of them able to hit from deep, off the bounce, and create for others. They're both scoring-minded guards, but between them, plenty of playmaking to keep the ball moving.
Trailblazers trail by 7. Grab the pass to Ezeli. The jumper's good from inside 6 feet. Ezeli's got 4 points this quarter.
Really good positioning inside from Ezeli. Got to get him the ball in that situation every time.
Gobert the screen. Hood dishes to Hill. Back to Hood. Shoots the 3. 6 to shoot. They grab their own miss. Here's Gobert. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
The defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
Second chance points can kill you. You must concentrate on the defensive glass. We always talk about Rudy Gobert's defensive impact, but now on the offensive end, he is never going to be a post scorer, but rolling to the rim, he has good hands and plays above the rim offensively.
Myers Leonard, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Turner comes in for Vonleh. Derek Favors checked in for Utah. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. With them getting outshot from the perimeter, he told them we have got to defend the three-point line. Those threes are destroying us. We'll see if they can tighten it up, Kevin.
And Hayward gets it to go. And Gobert in that Tyson Chandler mold, Steve. Don't you think you can just see him driving inside and trying to go to the rim? You just can't let him do that.
No, you can't, because when he catches it, he's so long. He can dunk the basketball, but I like that he's adding a little touch around the basket now.
Turner against Hill. Gobert the screen. And there's the foul. It goes on Evan Turner. That's foul number 2 for him. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Napier's checked in. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Trailblazers trail by 4. Over in the corner, Turner. And it's off from three-point range.
If you're trying to figure out why these guys can't catch up, this inconsistent shooting is a good place to start.
And And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Al-Farouq Aminu. He's checked in for Shabazz Napier. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Hill kicks to Hood. On its way from Hayward for 2. Releases from the wing and drills it. And the Jazz lead by 6.
The catch-and-shoot jumper from Hayward is virtually impossible to guard. He is so quick on the draw. Wow, you know he's got to be beside himself. Terrible unforced error.
Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Portland. Now here is Hill. Tight defense on him. Hayward right side. 4 on the clock. And it's Hill. That time the assist by Hayward. And it's a 9-point Jazz lead.
That's where Hill really excels as a shooter in those catch-and-shoot opportunities.
Pass to Connaughton. Back to Turner. To the paint. It's stolen by Gobert. Plumlee the pass to Connaughton. Craps in the tray.
It's as if the defenses have just given up.
I don't think the defense have given up. I just think it's too much offensive firepower to hold in check.
Now here's Favors. It's back to Hill. And it's sent back by Plumlee. Connaughton kicks to Aminu. A 3 from McCollum. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
He has really come into this second half on an absolute tear. Really impressive effort from him so far.
To the paint. Here's Favors. And it's sent back by Plumlee. One-on-one here. Kicks it to McCollum. On the wing, Turner. From 13, here's Connaughton. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Yeah, the defender all over.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 2. So he gets them both. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. Knocked away. And Hill has it in the corner. A putback sinks it.
The killer instinct of Favors. This man takes no prisoners when the game is on the line.
Here's McCollum. Count.
What a bucket at one of the more crucial moments of the game.
You know I love that crunch time. This is where the big-time players are made.
Now here's Hood. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And Portland making a change here. Abs checked in. Hayward kicks to Hill. Jacks up a 3. Hayward can't hit. Game could be on the line right here.
It's now or never.
And here is Turner. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the fourth. 6 on the shot clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And they go to the intentional foul.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. And he misses the second one as well, so he's 0 for 2 that time. McCollum dishes to Turner. McCollum outside. Here's Aminu. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. And so it's Utah who scraped by with the win. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Gordon, a great win over a very explosive team tonight.
Yeah, they're a team. You got to be physical with them. You know, you can't let them get a rhythm going with the scores and the talent that they have. So we had to really match their intensity, and I thought it was a great win.
I know that's what you guys work on extensively, and it showed tonight. Thanks, Gordon. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
The 2K Sports postgame show.